Welcome to Simplifying AI in Web3. I'm your host, Ayman Litani, where every week we look at the key topics in AI in Web3 and how it affects government entities, businesses, and people. I'm joined by my co-hosts, MG and Jad, and we look forward to go through the topics of today. MG, Jad, how are we doing today?
We're good, Ayman. How about you?
Good. What topics do we have?
GM,
we're wearing white. We're all wearing white. I didn't know it was a formal white day today. Jad, you're off white. You should follow the brand properly.
Next time, I'll make sure to ask before we're going
the lighting? Jad, is it the lighting or is it off-white?
It's a bit off-white, yeah.
Okay.
It's the summer beach wear style, linen,
exactly.
type of thing. Yes.
They call this color bone. They go by bone, off-white bone.
Off-white, okay, bone. Yes, so thank you for
Yep, and for the first topic of today, we're starting off with WhatsApp testing their new selfie generator AI. And it's powered by their own AI, Meta AI, Llama 3. And it allows users to turn their selfies into either better selfies or stickers, or you can add the creative aspect, like make it was hand-drawn or like paintbrushed, add creative elements in the backgrounds, and so on. To use this, it's very easy. All you have to do is type in the chat at Meta AI, imagine me. So this feature is called Imagine Me. And you can generate images. So let me just put the image. That's it. You can generate images. Either you send them as stickers from WhatsApp chats, you save them to your camera roll, or you can use it also as a profile picture. So it allows you to, once you do it, you can upload existing selfies. So even if it's an old one, you can still update it or take new ones. And prompt it, and voila, you have the new AI selfie of yourself. And this is an additional feature they're also working on, which is voice transcribing, which I think is a very nice feature for long voice notes. It will support at first 5 languages: English, Spanish, French, Russian, and I think Hindu.
So the selfie thing, I take a picture of myself and Meta's AI engine recreates me in an illustrated avatar 3D type of aspect. And I say, put me in outer space or on the beach or whatever, give me a pop art theme, whatever it is. And I have a new image.
Exactly. So you will have different styles basically to choose from. Like this was painted or like hand-drawn, or like 3D, realistic, etc.
Is that done for like a profile picture, like a profile picture for me on WhatsApp, or what's the intent of the, or is this me instead of using an imagery of happy, it's showing me with stars and fireworks?
Exactly, for both actually. So for profile pictures and for stickers, and you can even animate it and send it as a GIF.
MG.
Yeah, I could think of a lot of tools that could do the exact same thing without branding it as AI. I mean, Photoshop has had this functionality where you can take the image and just apply any type of wash, maybe brush wash, acrylic, or any type of animation or whatever, without even branding it. And WhatsApp was the last thing on my mind that I imagined such a feature would be added on. I mean, I would have imagined something like notification overviews, like summarize my notifications from whoever contacted me, for example, to be launched out faster than that. I could understand the transcription part, but I felt like this was an attempt for WhatsApp to kind of catch up on, we're also releasing this AI feature.
I'm trying to think of use cases on this, right? So the stickers within WhatsApp are popular and growing in popularity. So WhatsApp added the AI generated stickers, and there's an increasing number of users who are using this, and I'm seeing this more and more in my feed. And so having a selfie recreated with AI, especially if you're able to add expression and style, that's also a way of you expressing, instead of sending, the default thumb up or a smiley, it's more of you expressing a smiley part. So I can see an increased use case for this, and it's an also showcase for what the AI can do.
I'm wondering, do you guys, first of all, does any of you have your memojis? Have you created your Apple memojis?
Snaps.
And do
No.
you use it on WhatsApp? I mean, I occasionally use mine, so I maybe I can see the use case, Ayman, that you're pointing out, which is you can take your image, it creates like an animated version, like a cartoon version. Then with the one button, it can create it as a sticker. You can send it over to a friend. I mean, that would be a pretty cool feature, but just a standalone feature of just creating your image for like just for creating your image. I mean, it's pretty weak, no?
So if I'm looking at the Memoji usage, I'm trying to think of the Memoji usage, who was using it and how and where, and what has your experience been? When are you using the Memoji?
I usually, I mean, whenever I want just to take a break from the typical emojis like the crying face emoji or the high emoji, I typically send the memoji or maybe I sometimes send my mom the heart emoji. So I use those on occasion, but I mostly use emojis, like just emojis. So that was why I was asking if you guys use the emojis.
But these are valid use cases, the ones that you shared.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they be?
Did you find it difficult to create emojis?
No, it was quick to find a bald head. Then I I just had to slap on a beard and eyeglasses. I was done. Yep.
Is this faster from what you saw? Do you think the Meta's AI generator is faster?
I mean, it could be some
Let's see it
variation.
again.
I'm sorry.
Do we have videos of it? Do you have videos of it? Or let's see it again, Jad?
Yeah. So we don't have videos yet, just this preview of how the selfies would look like. But I think they released it now just like to counter or like to build themselves in this sector because Apple released the Genmoji.
Yeah.
So you can use it to display your mood and so on. So instead of doing the same, WhatsApp decided to do a similar concept with selfies.
Are we missing expression? Is this what the companies are trying to do? Are they trying to fill in an area of expression that emojis are not enough? So yeah, are looking at a better version of them using AI, knowing that emojis are a very early, even before the 90s. So the 90s, they were graphical in a sense, but even before then, in the 60s and 70s, they were the text, which was the semicolon and the
Yeah.
paragraph opening and closing and so on. So is this the gap we're trying to fill?
I believe they're trying to give users more control or more freedom when it comes to expressing themselves online because they started out with a set of emojis, then a lot of them they added on, then with a lot of diversity calls they added more on. So it's basically it reflects one's individuality online, and then it enables them to create or have their own maybe inside jokes or inside stickers that they send around. But I mean, I think the main purpose is just to give users more freedom and to add this feature.
I think it can be used. I think it will be used. Why wouldn't it be? I think people would use it. It fills in idle time. It has a nice expression type of thing. Why not?
So you're seeing just using this just as sending an image of yourself to, let's say, your peer?
I see this as an expression of happy, sad, I support you or not, and that type of thing. So it's an advanced emoji.
Yeah. It could be. That could be the case. Yeah. So we're gonna move on to something that we're gonna build on what we discussed last week. Last week we discussed Figma. If you guys recall, they added a new AI feature which enables users basically to generate ready-made UI designs. I'm gonna give you the long story short. They basically now suspended that feature temporarily. So one question that was
Figma's AI is suspended.
Temporarily, it's suspended.
Why?
This feature. We're going to get into why. One question that was on our minds last week was that if this tool was using user designs to train our models, to train their model. Apparently, they weren't. However, they were heavily influenced by Apple UI and products because a lot of users, and one user in specifically, he's the founder of a tech startup. He was using the tool and found out that a lot of the designs that Figma was generating are a very exact copy of the Apple UI weather app. So I'm sharing on the screen. So these are 3 examples that they gave. They basically just they give it a prompt, give me like a layout or features for a weather app, and a lot of the designs, like basically feature for feature, component for component, are heavily resembling Apple's app. So the CEO explained this, that they're using this model and a system that doesn't allow for a lot of variability between the UI generated. But they also admitted that this was a rushed approach to launching this tool in the market, and that quality assurance should have been taken more seriously. What do you guys think about that?
Jad?
Now we're sure now that they didn't use any customer data in the AI.
Yeah, now we know that. Now we know that.
Yes, so this is the video. I think it's very similar to the image you showcased, and yeah, it is similar to Apple's design, but they have some differences. Like, this is not their font. There's some, now the colors can be changed, the font can be changed, and so on. But I think everything needs to be tested before it's live for everyone, and this is what they did. They released it to some select people to identify such things, and I'm sure they will improve it later on.
Is this going to be the norm, where an AI tool releases new features and then a few days in, they come back and say, okay, we're going to reconsider it because it's not doing things the way it should?
I mean, this happened with Google's AI search overview. This is what they did. Sora, they're taking more time with developers, so they didn't rush into anything. Yeah, so I think this is how the trend is going.
Yeah, it is a trend. Jad said it perfectly. It is a trend. They launched the product. It's a rushed product launch. Some more testing had to be done before this launch took air, and more quality assurance had to be done. He mentioned Google, right on. He mentioned, what was the other one? Sora, yeah. Also, Rabbit, yeah. We mentioned Rabbit had a lot of issues and a lot of flaws in their code that allowed jailbreakers to get access to the APIs. So that was also a rushed launch. So are companies just pushing out products just to ride the hype of AI so that they can sell nowadays, instead of actually delivering on a product that works?
But how would you test for all of these cases? So there's a level of quality and testing that you can do with any software tool, but this is a generative AI approach where it's creating from scratch a bunch of things. Yeah. So I understand when it's an app or an online tool and it has very specific things that it's doing, and you're trying to test if I upload this type of file and that type of file, and you try to break it in a certain way, but the parameters are more or less limited within that function of the tool. But when you're dealing with a generative AI tool, which is creating content from scratch, and every time you ask it for the same thing, it recreates it in its own way.
Yeah.
Testing for it and quality control is very, very difficult. So that's why we're seeing a lot of these companies that are releasing AI tools and AI functionality. After a short amount of period, users are experimenting, are coming up with problems. And then the creators of the tool have to go back and say, okay, we haven't tested enough, or we're trying this, or we're changing that in order to accommodate it. And I think this will continue until we have clearer parameters within the generative AI aspect of this, but I don't see this anytime soon.
I mean, the way I see it is that this might cause some companies to shift their perspective on product launches and just call them beta launches. They let the public know what they're working on. They give them access to the tool. But keep in mind, guys, this is not our final product. They might have thought that it was their final product with all the testing, all the QA that they've done in-house. However, when they get the feedback from the users, they don't need to have to actually roll it back or temporarily halt the product. They can just, on the back end, while the product is still in beta, they can just work on refining the model itself. And then finally, they can push out the final version of the model.
Marketing teams around the world now are very worried about your recommendation, MG, because they want to launch with a huge launch and how great they
Yeah,
are and how great the tool is and so on. They're saying, look, we're in beta, try it out. If you don't like it, it's okay. We'll change a couple of things or so on. So there's many marketing teams around the world now not only are worried about their jobs with generative AI,
yeah,
and now you're adding to a beta launches as well to that,
yeah.
MG.
What's worse, doing a public launch and then having to recall the product, or announcing that, hey guys, we're in beta, test it out, and then we can launch the final product? I mean, to me,
I
the first one is pretty worse.
I find it difficult to sympathize with multi-billion-dollar
Yeah,
companies, super well-funded, trying to
you had
create
to go
something,
there.
and
You had
and
to go
and
there.
and, and they cause a problem, right? So they will survive a poor launch, MG. They'll be okay.
We have no doubts, Emma. We have no
Every
doubts.
quarter they net billions of dollars every quarter. They'll be fine.
Yeah, we have no doubts. Yep.
What else?
Since we're talking about jobs fearing, worrying about losing their jobs, I think now also stock footage companies are even more worried. So Sora wasn't enough. Now we have Runway AI, which released their Gen-3 Alpha model. They have their own LLM, and their model is basically pretty nice. So let me share a video about it, and we'll talk about it. So their new model has improved consistency. It has improved motion. It's not expensive at all. It's $15 a month, and it's very realistic. So it's giving me back the same vibes as when Sora was released. So there is a lot. So they branded us. Their experience is in generating photorealistic humans, and it's true. Actually, I checked some videos. They say the prompt is basically very simple, like please generate a video of a man angry sitting in a bar, let's say, and it's very realistic. So we're seeing now a couple of the videos released by Runway AI, and yeah, they look realistic. This is a fashion show. People really
What was the
experiment with
prompt
it.
of the, when you say simple prompts, what was the prompt there? I'm sure it's a complex prompt where the fashion lady that was turning and then something else changes and so on. So it looks complex.
Okay, so let me give you a few examples of the prompts they have on their website. So one of them
This looks
is
cool.
an extreme close-up shot of an ant emerging from its nest. That's it.
Oh,
I
as
They
see.
look,
simple as that.
yeah, they're as simple as that. So with
But you,
Thora, the difference is that they had huge prompts and longer videos. So for this one, it's capped at 15 seconds. So you can generate videos more than 10 to 15 seconds. So I
Let's give
think
it a
that's
try
why the prompts are
internally,
simple.
Jad. Let's give it a try internally, Jad. Let's see on some of my videos when we need B-roll. Let's see what we can generate from this and see how it works.
Yeah, I'm sure this would be nice. I already tested it, generated some images of cats running around. The motion is nice. It's really
nice.
nice.
I'm
Yeah.
curious about if you have this huge, very powerful engine of hundreds of millions of dollars, super experts, cutting edge technology, and the first thing you wanted to test with is show me cats running around.
I was out of ideas. It was end of day today. Yeah.
I think MG, if we look at the most popular memes and content on the internet, it always has been cats and cat videos and
Yeah,
cat
yeah,
jokes
yeah.
and cat memes and all that.
Cats,
So,
cats rule the internet. I believe.
But
They rule the
but by the way, the trend on Solana crypto meme coins now is cats. So if you look at Solana meme coins everywhere, it's cats, cats, cats.
Solana.
There's
Remember
a cat
Solana?
in every meme coin.
Solana.
MG, he said something like Solana crypto
Yeah,
meme
I don't
coins.
recall.
I have no idea what a Solana crypto
Solana.
meme or coin is.
Solana. It's another version of the
Yeah.
sun.
Three.
That makes sense.
You answered my question. Thank you.
That makes a lot of sense.
Did you end up
Yeah.
buying some Solana crypto meme coins?
No, but my friend is, and by the way, it's really going well for meme coins. And if you want to get into more details, it's now more secure. So the community created something new, which is called CTO. So if any,
not financial advice.
no, it's not financial. It's not investing. So
It's very,
instead
but
of
you just said it's very secure.
Yeah, very secure meme.
no, I mean secure in terms of rugs.
All right.
So the new concept called CTO is community takeover. So whenever a developer rugs his coin, they take over the smart contract, they build it themselves instead of losing their money. Yeah, so this is also the trend now on Solana.
So this is a way, just like an insurance, basically, that if we rug, there's someone that will take our place.
When we rug,
when we rug, when we rug. Yeah, 100%.
Did you see MetaMask's acquisition of the security tool? What was it? Trust Wallet? Wallet Pay? What was it called? They acquired it, and
so is this recent? No, Consensus.
Consensus, the guys who do MetaMask.
Yeah.
Wallet Guard. Yeah.
Okay.
So Wallet Guard, it's a browser extension that warns users about transactions that they want to do on crypto and things that they're signing, things that they're buying, transferring, and so on. So acquiring that tool and adding it into MetaMask, which is one of the popular crypto wallets globally, is a move towards cleaning up, one of the many moves towards cleaning up the space. You'll see that later on, all of this stuff becomes very natural, very normal. The same way on Windows computers, an antivirus used to be a very big thing, and you had to install it early on and do things, and now it comes built in with Microsoft Defender and other equivalent tools that can protect you. So it becomes very normal, very natural. It's less of a problem than it was in the early days. So we'll see. These are all moves towards crypto becoming better, more reliable, but there still is a long way to go. Do we have other topics? Go ahead.
I was muted and I was talking for a bit. Anyway, I was just gonna add on what Ayman said, that Ledger, they also had a version of this, and now MetaMask apparently is just acquiring to have their own version. We're gonna move on to our last topic here, which is MetaMask announcing a text to something generator. First of all, I said something because I want to ask you guys.
Did you say MetaMask, MG?
Oh, damn. It's Meta. It's Meta. It's Meta.
I was very confused.
Basically, they announced a text to 3D generator. You're seeing here an example of what it can produce. I thought it was pretty interesting, to be honest. They launched this generator in a research paper on Threads, if you guys remember that app, and they called it 3D Gen. So it delivers 3D text to 3D asset generator with very high quality geometry and textures and so on. And MetaMask, I always say MetaMask, Meta claims that this generator is 3 to 10 times faster than the current state-of-the-art generators that do these types of 3D rendering. I know a lot of artists that take a lot of time to create these types of models, because there's a lot of textures, there's a lot of mesh, then there's a lot of materials that go into it and the reflections and so on. And now Meta has a tool that can produce high quality 3D models in, they claim, in under 1 minute, but you can crank it up to 10 minutes and you can get a much higher quality model. So they describe it as a two-stage method. Okay, the first one is a text to 3D model, which actually produces only the 3D figure, the model of something, like generate a dinosaur wearing a green sweater. For example, they generate the dinosaur. And the second one is the green sweater part. So it generates the textures for that. And for all our 3D model nerds that are tuning in right now, Meta said that this basically tool will separate the two, so you have full control over creating whichever texture to whichever model that you want to create. But my first thought was, I mean, this tool and Meta are gonna build the metaverse. I mean, can you imagine how easy it is now to build the building in the metaverse, or build a lot of features that that might have taken a lot more time to build in the metaverse? I think this is a pretty cool move.
For me, this is a sign that Meta is committed to creating tools for image generation using Gen AI. And they're doing multiple variations of this, whether it's 2D images, stickers, 3D images, textures, and so on. And I think the long-term goal with this as well is the better the tools, the more tools they have, and the better the tools. When the time comes for the more immersiveness within the metaverse and the VR tools of Meta Quest and others, builders of these worlds have already the tools that they would need in order to be able to create those environments for us to live and spend time in.
Yeah, 100%. I recall BAYC making a big deal out of launching their 3D models of the apes to the holders, and they claimed it took a lot of time to generate each trait and so on. But I mean, now we have a tool that if you give it a couple of traits and just an idea of what the model would look like, it could generate whatever you want based on that input. I think that's pretty cool, to be honest.
Very nice, right? And it's available publicly or not yet?
No, not yet. They announced it in a research paper, so I don't think it's even
gonna take a while.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. A lot of refining takes place and so on. So, but yeah, it's good to know that Meta is working on stuff for the metaverse.
That's it from our side. Thank you for joining us for the latest in AI Web3 and how it affects businesses, people, and government entities. We're live every Thursday on LinkedIn, X, and YouTube to discuss this with you. Thank you for tuning in.